That will do it for the first half from Memphis. Kings leading 70-58 in what was a pretty easy first half in terms of how the Kings want to play and expectations for this unit against a Memphis team that has struggled through most of this year. Kings' biggest lead thus far, 14 points in this game. Really dominant performance inside for Sacramento. Well, you really have to look at the points in the paint. Kings have a huge lead in the points in the paint battle, 30-12 in the first half. Also rebounding, the Kings have owned the boards on this Memphis Grizzlies team and have gotten to the rim really pretty much any time they have wanted to. So thank you for joining us here on the Halftime Show. I'm Ryan in Sacktown, and in just a moment, we'll be joined by Jerry Reynolds. Happy to have you here, and let us be the first to wish you a happy New Year's. So, and speaking of the man, he is here, Jerry Reynolds. How you doing this New Year?
Pretty, right? Yeah, pretty good. Great half. That certainly picks things up a bit.
It was. It's exactly what you want if you're Sacramento. 70-point first half. The Kings own things inside, yet they shot the three ball pretty well, Jerry. What were your overall thoughts on the half?
Well, I thought it was just great offense the entire half. You know, you got great production from just about everybody that played. Domas was just outstanding, even more so than normal. But I thought the bench play was terrific. You know, Trey Lyles, it looks like he's really getting comfortable in his role. And I kind of liked, Alex Lynn didn't play much, but he played well. He does a lot of the little things, and doesn't seem to ever try to do anything he can't do, which is very nice. But, long way to go, though. We know from after watching the Hawks game, it's the NBA. I've always tried to tell Grant that, 15 points one way or another doesn't mean anything in this league with a 3-point shot now.
Yeah, no doubt. It changes the game. Jerry Reynolds joining us here at Halftime. Kings up 70-58. Happy to have you here on If You Don't Like That. Jerry, we're talking about the bench and another guy that was huge for Sacramento tonight, Malik Monk, 17 points in the first half. Just getting it done, rebounds, assists-wise. How different has he been for this second unit tonight, looking like he's fresh on his foot?
Well, with Malik, he makes the second unit, but the truth is he also makes the first unit. Yeah. I mean, really, he's the Kings' third best player. Let's just lay it out on the line here.
Yes.
When he doesn't provide a spark, then the Kings just really aren't that good a team, and he almost always does. So, of course, I think he's got extra motivation. He's from Tennessee, and so we've got a lot of friends and family there, probably on his dime.
40 in fact. Yeah.
Yeah.
So reportedly he has 40 at the game that made the trip over the bridge from Arkansas. So he's a happy guy. He'll be entertaining later tonight. So Chris Duarte gets the start for Kevin Huerter, and it seems like a big move because Kevin's healthy and we saw him in the rotation tonight. But how much of a difference did you see in the starting unit with Chris Duarte?
Well, I think what Chris brings and what Mike Brown wanted to see was just more defensive intensity. And I think that's what Duarte has brought. I mean, I don't think it really has improved their offense per se, because he hadn't necessarily looked to score a lot. But I just think, in fact, hey, with Duarte, he goes out there and plays awfully hard, and he'll take some hard fouls. And I think Coach Brown doesn't mind if he takes 6 of them. And so, and I thought, Davion Mitchell get the same way, so especially against John Morant and Desmond Bane, that's the keys to their team. I mean, obviously Jackson's terrific as well, but their guard line is really what makes them very, very difficult.
Yeah, they do. And we saw that in the first half with Morant getting a little more active into the line there in the second quarter. But Kings up 70-58 in Memphis. Thanks for being here, Ryan and Sacktown, Jerry and Reynolds there on If You Don't Like That. So, Jerry, with Kevin Huerter going to that second unit, does it change his approach to the game in terms of scoring and aggressiveness? Does it bring almost a weight off of his shoulders now?
Well, it can, I mean, and Kevin has been a reserve through part of his career, certainly with
Yes.
Atlanta, I know he was. And so he's like Duarte or Monk. These guys have been all these different spots, and I think it could just help relax him a little bit and try to go in there and just play his game, take what the defense gives him and just provide a spark, which he's more than capable of doing. He just hasn't been as good as we saw last year, but there's a lot of year to go.
Yeah, there is. And maybe it's the thing that kind of breaks him out of this slump, whatever it is that's been bugging him as of late. But it is not bugging the Kings tonight. 70-58 in the first half from Memphis. Jerry, the Grizzlies shoot just a tad above 40 or just tad above 43% from the field and 40% from beyond the 3-point line. The Grizz don't score very many points, only about 107 a game. Anything to be worried about or keep an eye on in the second half?
Well, I do. I am concerned about their 3-point shooting, and they're not necessarily that good. But I think the addition of Kennard back,
Yes.
he's another good deep shooter, and he and Bain are just big time guys. They're going to make shots. So I think just Kings keep doing what they're doing. I mean, as long as they're scoring the ball as efficiently as they are, it's going to be tough for the Grizz to catch them. Now, then on the second part of it is if you can just keep Morant somewhere in front of you, if you can.
Yeah.
All easy to say, hard to do, but that brings their offense becomes a lot more guardable when Morant can't penetrate the ball so easily.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's been kind of the Achilles heel for the Kings this year defensively. It's being able to contain the perimeter with the guard play and getting those straight line drives. So, do you think it's just a change in the personnel tonight? Because Mike Brown's had a couple different rotations that have been different. Or is this an energy thing with this Sacramento team? They either bring it or they don't.
Well, that's a great question because that Atlanta game, of course, the Portland game was really disappointing. First half against Atlanta was just a terrible thing to watch, but the
Awful.
second half was also brilliant, and so we're
Yeah.
seeing. But I think that's you could say that just about most teams. I mean, I think the Kings might be of the better teams, might have come out flat, maybe more than most, but all I know is what I'm seeing now, and you're seeing a team really playing aggressively and offensively and defensively. And so I just, especially, since the second half against Atlanta was that way, I think
Hmm.
whatever, I'm kind of a believer in Mike Brown. He seems to push the right buttons more times than not. And hey, just keep winning games. That's all I know.
Yeah, it's a good way to cap off the calendar year of 2023 and head into 2024. Would be a big win for the Kings. Currently up 12 in Memphis, 70-58. Jerry Reynolds joining us here at the half. Before you came on, Jerry, I was talking about the Kings really owning the paint so far tonight, and then also owning the boards as well. What are your keys for the second half for the Kings to carry this forward another 2 quarters and light the beam?
Well, take care of the ball, number one, and take care of the board. I
Mm,
mean, if you can continue to out rebound this team and also don't turn it over a lot, I think it's going to be tough for the Grizz to catch you. And so, and you're probably going to get a chance to shoot more free throws as the game goes. So that goes without saying. But, just for the most part, do what you're doing. You're doing it pretty darn well. Fun half. Uh, you know, uh, that was a quality half. So you need another quality half, as we know.
absolutely, absolutely. And the Kings look to get that second quality half here in just a few minutes. Up 12 right now in Memphis, up as much as 14 here in the first half. All right, Jerry, seeing as it's New Year's, if you could, it's going to be the cliche question from any talking head. If you could make one resolution for this team heading into 2024, what would it be?
Keep working to get better. Really, just simply, we're going to get better. We're going to get better on defense. That's it. Get better on defense. Just
Defense.
get better. Uh, I think most nights they're going to score enough to win, but defensively they've got to play defense like we saw the second half against Atlanta and the first half tonight.
Absolutely. They're a different team when that's happening. And they're a different team when they see the ball go through the hoop. I mean, they took them a while in Atlanta to get to 8 points. They had 7 in just the opening couple
Yeah.
minutes tonight.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing,
So
too, Ryan. They're a better team when they see it go through the hoop. I'm a better fan when I see the ball
yeah.
go through the hoop.
Absolutely. Makes the game a little bit more fun to watch, right, Jer?
Yeah. Well, for us front runners, it sure does. I'll
Yeah,
tell you that.
no doubt, no doubt. So I know we're taking a lot of time out of your New Year's Eve. I can only imagine the party that's probably getting ready to go on in the Reynolds house. But are we going to watch the ball drop once or twice tonight?
Maybe once, 9 o'clock. I don't plan to be up past that. With
Yeah.
other issues involved. So
Yes. How are you feeling, Jer?
a little weak, a little bit weak. I'm about 70%. But I'm like Fox and Sabonis. I play hurt. I play hurt.
Excellent. Well, we're happy to have you back. We've missed you the last couple games, and so happy that you're going to enjoy New Year's tonight, hopefully with a Kings win as well. So thank you for joining us here at the half, and we appreciate it. And tell Mrs. Reynolds Happy New Year's as well.
I will. Thank you, and enjoy it as always, and keep up the good work, Ryan.
All right. Thanks, Jerry. Appreciate it. That is Jerry Reynolds. Happy to have him here at the half. And we're happy to have all of you as well here on If You Don't Like That. Kings up 12 points here at the half over Memphis. It's a Sacramento Kings when they are playing well. It's the Jekyll side of this team. It's what you want to see. Pace is right. Balance is right in terms of points in the paint. Percentages are right. So hopefully this carries over into the second half for the Kings. And so happy again to have Jerry join us, and also happy to tell you about Bennett's West Side Grill, located in the Blue Oaks Town Center in Rockland. If you haven't been to Bennett's yet, I don't know what to tell you. They are one of our favorites here in town. Grant and I can't stop talking about how great the food is, whether it's the New York steaks or the ribeyes or the redfish. You know all the favorites that we talk about all the time, but go check out their menu for yourself, bennettsrestaurants.com. They've got a couple other locations as well and some great specials. Check out their weekend brunch, weekend prime rib, and happy hour. Bennett's West Side Grill, located in the Blue Oaks Town Center in Rockland. So, all right, Kings looking to light the beam tonight on New Year's and put 2023 to rest with a big W from Memphis. Don't forget, we will be right back here. I will be right back here post-game to wrap things up on If You Don't Like That. And I want you guys to think about your Kings New Year resolutions. I want to get to as many as we can in the post-game show. What you think the most important thing for this team is moving into 2024, and might even find a way to get a couple of you in here and on the post-game show if you're interested. So stay tuned. Appreciate you being here. Special thanks again to Jerry Reynolds for joining us at the half. Kings looking to finish this one off in Memphis, up 70-58. We will see you at the end of the game.